Welcome back to Sports Talk ATL. I am Chase Earl, joined by Jake Gordon and Alex Ord. We are continuing to talk about the Falcons who are participating in joint practices with the Miami Dolphins, which brought about a very funny moment. At least Falcons fans might take offense to it. I thought it was hilarious. Alex, I know you thought it was hilarious. You wrote about it on the site. Go check it out at sportstalkatl.com. Xavien Howard, multiple Pro Bowl, big name in this league. I mean, maybe isn't what he quite once was, but, a big name in this league, a veteran in this league that deserves a lot of respect, was asked a question about how Desmond Ridder looked in these first joint practices. And we don't really know. We weren't there. We heard things, he completed a 50-yard pass. I don't take any of this crap too seriously, but it is what it is. They're just working on things. And Xavien Howard responded with, "I'm sorry, who? Ridder?" And he had no idea who he was. I genuinely believe, I don't think it was any disrespect. I don't think there was a lot of trash talk. There was no fighting at practice. I don't think there was any disrespect meant to it, except for the fact that he had no idea who Desmond Ridder was. And I'm sure if you had just said, "How does number 9 look?" and he would have been like, "Oh, the quarterback," he would have had a different response. But the name, he just didn't know. And listen, there's a reason why people are down on the Falcons, and it's all because of Desmond Ridder. And it's because no one really knows who he is. No one knows what he brings to the table. He had this 4-game mini audition. They still ran the ball most of the time. Until the end of the game, he didn't throw. He made some good plays, but no one really knows anything about Desmond Ridder. He went to Cincinnati. It wasn't like he was this superstar, even though he was a stud at Cincinnati and they went undefeated and went to the college football play. They're not getting nationally televised games like you would at Ohio State. It's just funny. It's because it's legitimate. And it just shows you that, there are thousands of players in the NFL, and there's half of these guys that are on these rosters are going to be cut right now. And it's hilarious to me that it's yeah, you didn't know the quarterback was. And it's funny. I wonder if he knew who Heineke was. He probably would have said, "Oh, Heineke's on the Falcons." I legitimately just think he didn't care. He went up, he showed to practice. It's joint practices. This guy's a veteran. He's like, "It's not like I'm watching film."
That's what I want to get something out in the open that generally speaking, these NFL players, especially the stars, take time off in the offseason. They're not obsessed with football in the sense that we are, where we know different players and we know where they're at. Whereas a lot of these guys identify players by numbers. Unless they are bona fide stars, it's hard to know that many people, especially when you're concerned about so much other stuff and not a third-round pick. Desmond Ridder was a third-round pick. Some of these veterans, Xavien Howard, a veteran, all-pro. The guy's done it, been there. When football season's over, I guarantee you he checks out, goes and hangs out with his family, does things that he wants to do for his personal time. Whereas us, we're nerds and we're like, "Oh, yeah, draft season. We know this, this, and this." That's not what these guys do. That's not their job. Their job is to show up on Sundays and ball out. And that's what Xavien Howard does. It's not it was so genuine in his response. And he was calmly "I'm sorry, Ridder?" It wasn't like he was like, "Ridder." He didn't care. And then they were like, "Desmond Ridder, number 9." And he was like, "Oh, yeah. He was pretty good. They were pretty good." He complimented him afterwards. So it felt very genuine. And I see Falcons fans getting their panties in a wad defending Desmond Ridder. Who are you defending, dude? Desmond Ridder was straight up bad last year. He's a 3rd-round pick. This isn't some number 1 overall pick that we have all our eggs in this basket. Ridder might be the guy. He might not be the guy. Let's just wait and see. People who are like, "Oh, Ridder's going to show him." That's true. He has the opportunity to show, the world who he is. He's got all the weapons, a good offensive line, a capable defense, a capable offensive coordinator. He's got the opportunity to prove all of these people wrong. And people getting all riled up about a joint training camp practice because some guy didn't know who your quarterback is. Dude, go touch some grass. This is crazy.
Yeah, I know. Everybody got super offended. I think that was the thing. It was just, it's it was a personal attack. It's all right, guys, let's relax a little bit.
Another thing that people got super upset about that I thought was hilarious is just the actual reporting of it. Falcons fans quote tweeting Dolphins reporters saying, "Oh, dude, he made a good play." It's dude, they're not going to report on the Falcons' good plays. They do not care about the Falcons. They're going to be "Oh, this guy looks really good. Oh, Tyreek Hill burnt." And there's they're not going to say, "Oh, it was 1-on-1 and he had 5 seconds to burn him and there was no."
And even to that, they did credit the Falcons. They acknowledged AJ Terrell is for real. The Falcons' defensive front is for real. Bijan Robinson is for real. So they did, but We
But
have
I
our
think a
own
lot of
beat
it
writers
also stems
to cover our
around the
team.
Desmond Ridder thing. Like, people want them to credit Desmond Ridder so bad that it's like, dude, he just wasn't that good. Like, get over it. It's a training camp joint practice. He doesn't have to be that good, but hey, man, like, he didn't just go out there and shred the Dolphins defense. Like, get over it. Like, and he's not going to probably shred many defenses all season. Like, that's not what they're going to ask him to do. It's just hilarious. But like, when a Dolphins player gets a pick, guess what they're going to say, my man? Hey, Desmond Ridder throws a pick. Like, that is what they're going to highlight. And if they and they're not going to even talk about Desmond Ridder's 10-yard completion. Like, it's just not going to be talked about. It's hilarious. But Falcons fans, they have to get, I mean, we got to get worked up about something, right? It's training camp. Like, the season's about to start. We got to get ready. Yep. Coming up after the break, we learn about what the Hawks have offered the Raptors for Pascal Siakam, and we're going to break it down after the break.